Hi YouTube, it's Lena, and I'm sorry that this is like a week late, but I am here today with my palette roulette. And I did hit pan on something, although it wasn't quite what I was expecting. So let's get into the 3 palettes. So I'll go ahead and spoil it for you. This is the one that I hit pan on. It is the Wet n Wild Going Into the Wild palette. I did film a little quick tutorial. It's a very loose tutorial, but look at all that pan. Now, for those of you tuning in for the first time, this is a repressed shadow. A friend of mine sent me this palette a while ago, and it broke, unfortunately, during transit, and I lost some of the shade. But I went in on the thickest part of the shadow rather than the 2 little micro pans that I had kind of showing. And in a couple of months, I was still able to hit pan because I do use a decent amount of it for this look. So that will be going back into my stash, but I'm very happy to not just hit pan, but hit like massive pan on that. Next is my Winky Luxe Kitten palette from BoxyCharm, and here is the shade that I am working on here. This is actually what's in the center portion of my lids. The tutorial will be up once I am done talking to you on here, but I'm sure this will also hit pan relatively soon. And finally, my Vice 2 palette, now that I've hit pan on the green, this is what's going to go in the inner and outer portion, which is what's actually on my lower lash line right now. So here is the shade. It is called Betrayal. So, I mean, it's definitely getting some use, but right now it's very pointed use because I've been using like a pencil brush with it because I've just been using it to line my lower lash line. But now it's going to get a lot more use, so hopefully I can hit pan on it relatively soon as well, because this one has actually been in the project for a really long time. So let's generate a number. I got random.org pulled up. 37. What is 37? I keep a list of all my palettes, and I did just update it to include like a couple of recent BoxyCharm palettes that I've gotten in the last couple of months. On the list, 37, my NYX Avant Pop palette. Okay, so I'm going to go dig that up and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. Here we have the NYX Avant Pop palette in Art Throb. It's the only one I have, so that's why I just have the Avant Pop palette listed. So these are the shades. With the current look I'm doing, I could probably work on this darker purple right here for the lower lash line. Otherwise, I would have to be coming up with a new look. And I've mentioned this in other videos, but like I said, if you're tuning in for the first time, I don't want to work on either cream colored shades or like inner corner shades because I can hit pan on those really easily. And the idea behind this is to hit pan. So this shade in particular right here, unless I decided I was going to use it all over my lid, would not be what I would work on. But otherwise, any of these other shades, including the black even, if I decide to just use it to set liner every day, it is a shimmery black, but I'm not as determined to have a matte black to set liner with every day. I'm actually not wearing liner today because I'm demonstrating the look. But yeah, so anything other than probably this one is technically up for grabs, although if I went to keep going with this particular look, it would probably be that one. But I might be able to make it match with something else that I'm working on, so who knows? Anyways, that is it. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, I do really appreciate it, and hopefully I will see you later. Bye. Alright, so I already have on a base here, but that should just make the stick better. But first I'm going in with the Winky Luxe palette with this shade right here, and I'm just going to pop that into the like center of my eyes. A little bit to make that color really pop. Next, going in with the Wet n Wild palette, going in the wild, taking the green shade and going both on the outer and inner third of my lid. Going into the Vice palette, or Vice 2, just taking a little pencil-y brush for Betrayal. That is this purple shade. And just going along the lower lash line. And that's it.